Welcome back to Utah Jazz News. Today we're diving into a bold suggestion for the Jazz as they look toward a rebuild. Should they reduce the roles of veterans like Jordan Clarkson, Collin Sexton, and John Collins to prioritize their young talent? Former NBA exec Bobby Marks has shared some strong opinions on this, and we're breaking down what it could mean for the future of the team. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates on the Utah Jazz. Let's get into it. Even though it aligns with the Utah Jazz's rebuilding intentions, this plan isn't foolproof. The Jazz have been quietly signaling their commitment to a rebuild despite recently extending Lauri Markkanen. Veterans like Jordan Clarkson, John Collins, and Collin Sexton, players who might be better suited for win-now teams, are still on the roster. But the Jazz's focus is on youth development. ESPN's Bobby Marks has urged the Jazz to make a bold decision with these veterans, and it's one that could be risky. But if Utah's focus continues to be on player development, then Collins, Sexton, and Clarkson will need to embrace a lesser role this season, Marks said. On one hand, the reasoning is clear. The Jazz need to see what their young talent is made of, and the best way to do that is by giving them more opportunities on the court. Utah has some promising prospects, and seeing them in action is the only way to truly gauge their potential. However, this strategy isn't flawless. While player development is crucial, keeping Clarkson, Sexton, and Collins involved in a meaningful way could be important for other reasons. Reducing veteran roles could hurt their trade value if the Jazz are fully committed to building around their younger core. It makes sense that they might want to trade their veterans. However, by reducing the roles of Clarkson, Sexton, and Collins, their numbers and overall trade value could take a hit. Potential suitors might lose interest if these players aren't seeing enough playing time to showcase their talents. The Jazz haven't found any strong trade partners yet, but with Clarkson and Sexton nearing the end of their contracts, there's a good chance interest could spike down the road if they get the minutes to keep their value high. While a trade for Collins might be less likely due to his current negative trade value, things could change for Clarkson and Sexton if they continue to play significant roles. There's always a chance the Jazz might opt to keep all three veterans, but the signs are pointing toward a youth movement. Still, the smart play would be to increase the value of their most tradable players before making any big moves. Are the Jazz's young players ready for a bigger role? Throwing Utah's younger players straight into the fire could give the front office a better idea of who's worth keeping and who might not fit long-term. But this approach comes with its own set of risks. Accelerating their development too quickly could end up hurting their progress. As many fans and analysts will point out, player development isn't always linear. Some young players adjust quickly to the NBA, while others need more time and patience. The Jazz certainly have talented prospects, but while some may be ready for significant minutes now, others might need more time in the G League or a smaller role in the rotation before they're prepared for the big stage. This is where Clarkson, Sexton, and Collins could be invaluable. If the Jazz's younger players need more time to develop, these veterans can step in and take on more minutes. Keeping this trio around as a safety net could actually help the younger players grow into the cornerstones Utah hopes they can become. To wrap things up, what do you think about the Jazz potentially taking a risk by reducing the roles of veterans like Clarkson, Sexton, and Collins to focus on their young talent? Do you believe it's the right move, or should Utah prioritize keeping their veterans involved to maintain trade value? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And before you go, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Utah Jazz News. Your likes really help the channel by telling YouTube to recommend this video to more Jazz fans like you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.